Hello everyone, I am Be Better Gamer. Welcome to Be Better Gamer Wrestling, your place for Let's Plays and videos on the Aki developed N64 wrestling games such as WWF No Mercy, WCW NW Revenge, and like today's video, Virtual Pro Wrestling 2, where I will be showing you all the details on how to unlock the original Tiger Mask. There he is in the flesh. It's a very long, detailed process, so I'm gonna go through all of that, showing you all the different clips of what it took me to unlock him. Here I am playing as Jinsei Shinzaki, because to unlock Tiger Mask you have to use anyone from Michinoku Pro or the third roster for New Japan Pro Wrestling, which is basically made up of all the junior heavyweights. So any of the junior heavyweights from New Japan Pro Wrestling, that's where Liger is, Otani, Takeyawa, Kanemoto, or Michinoku Pro. I chose Jinsei Shinzaki because as you're going through Royal Road Secession, you can unlock one of Jinsei Shinzaki's only entrance attire. So that's why I chose to go with Jinsei Shinzaki. He's also great to play as. I love playing as him. But here I go. There I was beating up Super Delphin. So in GameFaqs, they have the old FAQ that I used back in the day, which showed you how to unlock everything. And it says you have to complete Royal Road Secession mode, win the Triple Crown match in the month of January and the special match that follows, and then you would unlock Tiger Mask. Here, I hadn't yet won the Triple Crown in January. I ended up going through the whole month of January without a Triple Crown match for whatever reason. And then after the tournament where I just beat Super Delphin, the tournament that comes at the end of January, that's when the match popped up where I could face Tiger Mask. Here he is, Tiger Mask, how he looks before he's edited. Obviously, he doesn't have his original attire or his mask. It's just like a lot of the other hidden characters in the game, and a lot of the other characters essentially that aren't All Japan Pro Wrestling wrestlers. They don't look like themselves to avoid the copyright and stuff. So it's a little bit more of an involved process with Tiger Mask, because then you have to unlock his mask and his ring attire. You could also unlock other Tiger Mask attire for Tiger Mask 2 and 3, and then also you can unlock the Tiger Mask 2 mask. But there he is. So you jump into the match, and then you just gotta beat Tiger Mask, much like a lot of the other hidden wrestlers that you unlock. So here I go, just jumping right to the end of the match. I'm not going to show you the whole match, but I had to go through all of pretty much Royal Road Secession to get to this point. So, almost quite there, but I got to him before I won the Triple Crown with Jinsei Shinzaki. So I guess there's, different requirements to meet, but they fall around the same time frame. So I guess I could understand why they originally posted that you have to win the Triple Crown, because maybe someone won the Triple Crown. When I was playing as Misawa recently in the Royal Road Secession, and I'll probably talk about this in another video in more detail, to unlock the Tiger Mask 2 tights, I won the Triple Crown with Misawa in like the first 2 months. So I don't know if it's random for every different wrestler you play as, or if it pops up randomly in general. I don't know. I can't really say. But there I go. I beat him. So therefore now he is part of the roster. But don't stop playing Royal Road Secession as Jinsei Shinzaki or whatever character you end up choosing from New Japan 3 roster or Michinoku Pro. After you unlock Tiger Mask, you're going to want to keep going, because as you can see, you only unlock the default, it doesn't look like Tiger Mask, but it is him, and you have to get his actual mask. You have to get the Tiger Mask 1 mask. So in order to keep doing that, continue on in Royal Road Secession until you do win the Triple Crown, because when you win the Triple Crown, that's when you get the mask. So maybe it'll unlock at the same time, if you manage to get the Triple Crown title shot before the tournament, or if you get it after the tournament. But either way, once you do get to that Triple Crown match, there I was beating Kenta Kobashi, was the champion in my by the time I got to the Triple Crown match in Royal Road Secession. There I was beating Kenta Kobashi, and that happened at the end of February for me. And here I go, winning the match, and now you can see the unlock for the original Tiger Mask mask. I'll get into more detail about all the different variations of Tiger Mask, but you know, so that's it's pretty long. It takes a while. I mean, if you saw all my Let's Plays, originally I started on this channel with Virtual Pro Wrestling 2. I jumped into Royal Road Secession with Masahiro Chono. It took me like 12 parts to get through all the end of it. It takes a long time to get to the end of Royal Road Secession. Luckily, you know, this game is great and you can play it forever, so I don't mind going back in and doing Royal Road Secession. There's the original Tiger Mask, as you can see, just the mask being unlocked. So that's it. You know, I mean, I say that's it, but it's gonna take you a few hours, especially if you've already gone through Royal Road Secession once. But it's worth it because Tiger Mask is awesome. And after you unlock Tiger Mask, you're going to want to go back and start Royal Road Secession with Tiger Mask, because even though you have his mask that I have already set up there, you're going to have to go in and get through Royal Road Secession playing as Tiger Mask. You're going to have to clear the month of September. So you're going to want to jump right back in with Tiger Mask. I did Royal Road Secession with Tiger Mask and Tatsumi Fujinami, because they were sort of contemporaries, even though Tiger Mask came a little bit after Fujinami did, and Fujinami by that time had moved up to the heavyweight division. So there you go. So see, those are the original Tiger Mask pants that you unlocked. I can't show you the unlock portion of the video that I did with Tiger Mask, because when I was recording the footage, for some reason, the moment that I recorded it, that whole time I just recorded an hour of blackness. So I apologize. I don't know what went wrong, so I unfortunately don't have that footage recorded, but I unlocked it. So anyway, here's the mask. So you want to give them, this is the way I did it, you want to give them gold, you know, for the top part, light gold 20, and then just keep it 1 2 3 for the base. Tiger Mask is very simple, you know, 1 1, you know, 2 mask, and then 1 1, and then for body type you give them 2, keep them plain, and then C3, there's the original Tiger Mask outfit. So the way I did it, I gave him, you know, the regular blue color, and then the gold trim. See, there's body 2 0. So you're gonna want to give him the regular blue and the gold, and then for the wristband, you know, just 1 wristband, and then for his boots A17, and you're gonna want to give him black and gold, the same gold as the pants. So that's gold 10, you know, the base gold, and that gives him that nice gold trim on, you know, contrast with the blue. He also had like a dark gold variant that he wore. I think it appears a little darker, I think, in the game than if you watch some of the old Tiger Mask clips where he did have that dark gold trim along with the blue. But basically you keep the mask and the boots the same, and you change the pants to be, you know, blue and dark gold. For his third outfit, I gave him his Tiger King attire. Now the Tiger King is also a little bit more involved. This is when he came back to New Japan Pro Wrestling after his, you know, long hiatus. I'll get into that later. So for mask, you keep it regular Tiger Mask, 10 2 10 8, so gold, white, gold, and purple, because he had like a little purple gem. And then C18 and B15. So C18 and B15, you know, you unlock both of those when you clear September. Not only do you get those Tiger Mask pants, but you get the Tiger King shirt when you clear September. So you get both of those so that you can make this variation of Tiger King, because you want to use the Tiger Mask pants and then the Tiger King shirt. And then B5, you just want to put that gold, you make the Tiger King outfit bright gold, and the boots regular gold. So there's Tiger Mask and Tiger King in all his glory. Satoru Sayama, the very first Tiger Mask, the original Tiger Mask. And now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna play. I'm gonna do something a little bit different. This match is gonna be a little bit more involved. I'm gonna put in some belts, because Tiger Mask, he held the WWF Junior Heavyweight Championship 3 times, and he held the NWA World Junior Championship 2 times, and both of those belts are in this game. Both of those belts are synonymous with Tiger Mask. Those were his belts that he held during his time as the Tiger Mask persona. And the WWF Junior Heavyweight Championship, which I'm creating now, it's right below the Triple Crown if you already have the Triple Crown unlocked. It's a default belt. Any belt that has the yellow border is a belt that you unlock, but the WWF Junior Heavyweight title is already a default belt, which is interesting. I guess maybe because Tatsumi Fujinami is a default character and he held the WWF Junior Heavyweight belt. He actually had the longest reign with it. And then the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship is a belt that you actually have to unlock, but it's also in the game, and to unlock it, it's very easy. Just do a round robin tournament, do a league tournament with only junior heavyweights. It doesn't matter how many junior heavyweights you do. You can do a 4-man tournament if you want. You can do a 12-man tournament. It doesn't matter, but you do have to play it, and they all have to be junior heavyweights, and then you get the NWA junior heavyweight title. So I'm just showing you those belts. I created those belts so I could show you them. I already have them. I already have the NWA Junior unlocked. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do this match. I'm going to put the WWF Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line, and I'm going to put it up against Tatsumi Fujinami. Or I should say, we're going to face each other for it. We're going to face each other for the WWF Junior Heavyweight Championship. We're going to fight at Kawasaki Stadium. One of my subscribers, he wanted me to fight at Kawasaki Stadium because he really likes that arena. He says, how come you haven't been using it? And I replied, yeah, how come I haven't been using it? I love that arena too. So we're doing it in the stadium. They never fought each other for this title. Tatsumi Fujinami, he held the WWF Junior Heavyweight Championship for a very long time, and then he retired the championship to move on to the heavyweight division. The championship was associated with him for a very long time, but once he gave it up, that's when Tiger Mask came on the scene, and Tiger Mask was then associated with that title. Tiger Mask never lost that title. Every time he held it 3 times, but every time he gave it up due to injury. So who is Tiger Mask? I should say, if you're watching this video, you might know already who he is. But if you don't know who Tiger Mask is, the first Tiger Mask, Satoru Sayama, he was already a wrestler in Japan. A martial artist wrestler, slash wrestler. We'll get into the importance of that later, the MMA background of Sayama. But New Japan wanted to introduce the Tiger Mask gimmick into their organization because they saw the popularity of this Tiger Mask character that was from anime and manga, and they thought, wouldn't it be cool if we had a wrestler that kind of portrayed that superhero gimmick? Let's bring him in. And they wanted to put it in the junior heavyweight division, so they chose Sayama to be this Tiger Mask, and they gave him a very cheap looking mask that was supposed to look like the Tiger Mask from the anime, and it almost seemed it was like rushed together at the last minute, the way the mask looks and the way eventually they would give him a better mask. But his first match was against Dynamite Kid in 1981. He fought Dynamite Kid on April 23rd, 1981. That was Sayama's first match as as Tiger Mask. First match against Dynamite Kid, which is very important. And the rest is history. That introduced the world, of wrestling at that time to Tiger Mask. He won that match with a German suplex, which was a big upset in a way because Dynamite Kid was a well-established wrestler in Japan. Everyone knew who he was, and to beat him in a singles match was kind of a big deal. And that not only jump-started Tiger Mask's career, or Sayama's career as Tiger Mask, but it jump-started the feud between Tiger Mask and Dynamite Kid. They had a legendary rivalry during Sayama's time. Right now, Tiger Mask is still around, but it's the 4th incarnation of Tiger Mask. There's been 5 people to wear the mask, but the 5th one, he doesn't really count because he showed up and then he disappeared. So really four main Tiger Masks. Sayama was the first, and he only wrestled as impactful as he was. A lot of people credit Sayama with a lot of things. He was a great junior heavyweight. As you can see, I'm going to do his trademark taunt. That was something you might have seen Rey Mysterio Jr. do that a lot, or a lot of other cruiserweights, but Tiger Mask was one of the first to really do that taunt. Everyone really loved it when he did the spin, the fake out spin in the ropes. But he was a high flyer, but he also mixed martial arts with his style of high flying, and he mixed martial arts with wrestling, he was a protege of Antonio Inoki, so he had that MMA, that background that was being developed by Inoki, that Inoki incorporated into the strong style of wrestling. And Tiger Mask took it one step further because he was a junior heavyweight, because he saw what they were doing with lucha. He had a lot with the mask, and having been wrestling in Mexico, Tiger Mask was a hybrid of himself, you know what I mean? He a junior heavyweight who could do martial arts and lucha and all these crazy things. And it was unheard of at the time. No one saw that stuff at the time. No one saw what Tiger Mask was doing. So he was very fascinating to watch. And then also because he had the mask and he was supposed to be the superhero, it was like you were watching someone who was out of the ordinary. And he made a huge impact. And people still talk about it to this day, how impactful Tiger Mask was to modern day wrestling in a lot of ways. And he only wrestled under the mask from 1981 to 1983. After that, he retired the Tiger Mask gimmick when he left New Japan Pro Wrestling. He didn't want to be a part of New Japan Pro Wrestling anymore, and he had to give up the rights to the Tiger Mask, because again, this was still a character based off of an existing property, and New Japan had the rights at the time, so he couldn't go on and keep wrestling as Tiger Mask. He left for UWF, which was a promotion that was spun off from Akira Mita and a few other guys that had left New Japan Pro Wrestling. He went to go wrestle over there, and he made appearances calling himself the Tiger, and then eventually Super Tiger. But Tiger Mask, the gimmick itself, would go to All Japan Pro Wrestling when they bought the rights, and little someone named Mitsuhiro Misawa would wear the mask from 1984-1990. Misawa, obviously one of the biggest stars to come out of All Japan, and then to spin off and make Noah Pro Wrestling, Noah. And as Tiger Mask 2, Misawa transitioned from being a junior heavyweight to a heavyweight, and then one day during a tag team match with him and Kawada teaming up against some other opponents, Kawada took off Misawa's mask at his request, and Misawa declared that he will no longer be Tiger Mask and he will be wrestling as Misawa. And then shortly after that, he would have his legendary matches with Jumbo Tsuruta and Stan Hansen, and immediately catapult himself in the top of the heavyweight division. And the rest is history with Misawa, and I will go into that in detail later on, but I want to keep this basically on Tiger Mask. Tiger Mask 3 would return back to New Japan. They would get the rights, and Koji Kanemoto would don the mask and the gimmick, and he would wear it from 1992 to 1994. Didn't really do too much because Liger was so dominant at that time, and Liger would actually take Tiger Mask 3's mask. He would beat him in a mask versus mask match, and Koji Kanemoto's career was for the better after that. After that, Kanemoto's career blew up, and the rest is history for Kanemoto. And that leaves us to Tiger Mask 4, who we just saw competing in the Best of the Super Junior tournament. He's a former two-time winner of the Super Junior tournament, 2004, 2005. I should mention I'm recording this after just watching the finals of the Super Junior tournament, and man, what a tournament. I really loved it. I really enjoyed it. Super excited that Will Ospreay won. I was rooting for Ricochet at the beginning of the tournament, and then Ricochet and Ospreay had that match that blew up the internet. And I was like, wow, I wonder if this has something to do more so with Ospreay as opposed to Ricochet, because he started off kind of slow, losing his first two matches, and then he had that one big win against Ricochet, and what a win it was. And then all of a sudden he ends up winning the tournament, and Ricochet was in the lead, but because of how the points added up and the losses and everything like that, fantastic tournament. That's another reason why I'm doing Tiger Mask, is because I'm in Best of the Super Junior month right now. Like this is the tour where it's all about the Super Juniors and Dominion. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of good matches at Dominion, a lot of good matches at Dominion, but really for me the highlight is gonna be that payoff, seeing the winner of the Super Junior tournament, which is Will Ospreay, going up against the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion Kushida. But in terms of titles from New Japan and prestige from New Japan, Tiger Mask 4 definitely has the most, winning the IWGP Heavyweight Championship several times, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship, the Super Junior tournaments, and so on. And he also held the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship, which is Again, it's a title that the original Tiger Mask held. I should also say that Tiger Mask 4 was trained by the original Tiger Mask, and he was officially endorsed by Satoru Sayama when he debuted out in Michinoku Pro before he went to New Japan Pro Wrestling. So I'm going through all the moves with Tiger Mask. If you've been watching the mask, trying to show a full range of what he can do. I really feel like in my other previous wrestler unlock videos, I didn't really show a lot of what the wrestlers can do and all the different features, because who knows when I'll do another video with Tiger Mask again. I mean, I'll probably post like a lot of matches with Tiger Mask. You know, I want to eventually do a Dynamite Kid call, but I figured now would be a great time to show all the different moves with Tiger Mask in this game. So like I said, he has that MMA background. You know, after leaving UWF, he formed the Shudo promotion, which was one of the first, you know, major MMA organizations, and he trained a lot of guys, and the promotion's still around to this day, and that was very impactful, not just in, you know, in terms of MMA and him starting up that promotion, but impactful in the sense that now how these days MMA and wrestling have become a hybrid, and, you know, especially a lot of wrestling in Japan, but even in America, a lot of indie guys, even a lot of guys in WWE, they use MMA styles of wrestling, of either grappling or striking, in their repertoire, and you're getting that cross, and wrestling has definitely evolved from MMA, and also a lot of wrestlers, you know, they're blurring the lines more between what a heavyweight and a junior heavyweight can do. And a lot of that comes from Tiger Mask. A lot of these guys were inspired by guys like Tiger Mask, like Dynamite Kid, who could do it all. You know, they could wrestle, they could do MMA, they can do high flying, and you know, they were the smaller guys, but they were stealing the show. And nowadays, there's a big emphasis on wrestlers who aren't that big, you know, 6'1", 6'2" the most, but they're guys who could do MMA. They have the striking ability, they have the submission ability, they have the high flying ability when they need it. You know, the Daniel Bryans, the CM Punks, the Sami Zayns, the Nevilles, Cesaro, even, like all these guys, you can tell, you can see their influence stems from someone like Tiger Mask. You know, and Dynamite Kid, and a lot of those early pioneers of that style. And in this game, it's very interesting because I feel like in this game, they created a mixture of Tiger Mask as he was when he first debuted, where he had a lot of the striking and the high flying, and then later on, Tiger Mask, you know, Sayama and his legacy, his impact on how he trained his students with more MMA and submission mixed with the striking. And you know, in this game, he, as you can see, I'm doing the mounted position. You can't pin with Tiger Mask. He can do the mounted position, and where he can either make you submit by, you know, punching you out, you know, by doing a arm bar, or if you do the mounted position from behind, a rear naked choke. And that's something that's really cool. You can choose in this game, because they do have the MMA fighting style. You can choose to either, you know, pinfall, or to, when you press the pin button, you can do the mounted fall position. Your wrestler doesn't have to be an MMA fighter to choose that option. Tiger Mask in this game, he's marked as a mixed martial artist, as a martial artist, not a mixed martial artist. So he has the strong grapples, but then if you do the strong A grapples are his moves, but if you do the strong B grapples, that's where he'll do the striking combinations. If you're familiar with playing as like Goldberg in WCW NW Revenge, Goldberg had that special set. He does the fisherman suplex, which I think is very interesting. I've yet to see a match where Tiger Mask used the fisherman suplex. So if you know a match where he does that, because I've watched like all the Dynamite Kid matches and a bunch of other matches, and never saw him bust out a fisherman suplex, so I wonder where they got that from. He does have the tiger suplex, have you seen me do in this video several times. He's got all his high flying flips. He's great to play as in this game, and it's really cool that they included him, especially because they didn't really include a lot of other junior heavyweights from his time. I guess that's why I chose him to fight, Tatsumi Fujinami, but you know, Kuniaki Kobayashi isn't in this game. Gran Hamada isn't in this game. There I go, doing a rear naked choke from the reverse mounted position. And since I've dragged this match on so long because I wanted to show so many moves, now you see me playing in very I wouldn't say safe mode, but I'm trying to play very strategic because Tatsumi Fujinami has been working on my leg. So at any moment, if he throws in another, there we go, hit me with another dragon screw. If he throws another figure 4 on me, I'm done. And he's got a comeback special. His spirit meter is just flying up. I had a comeback special briefly, but for some reason I lost it. I guess because maybe Fujinami countered me when he wasn't supposed to. But it's not fair that you lose the comeback special and the computer doesn't. But yeah, that's Tiger Mask. What else? Did I cover everything I wanted to cover? I think I did. I talked about his return. He came back after he left, UWF and formed his promotion. He did come back to New Japan as Tiger King because Tiger Mask 4 was around, and that's what the Tiger King attire was for. There I go, hitting the Tiger Suplex. And he kicks out again. This match is getting intense. He would return and face Inoki at the Tokyo Dome show in 1995. A pretty underwhelming match. It definitely was more an attraction, a special attraction. You know, he hit some of his flashy moves, but Antonio Inoki gets to submit on him. The match I think the match is less than 10 minutes. It was one of those attraction matches. Obviously Sayama's a little bit past his prime. He does still actively sort of wrestle. In 2015 I think he had an injury, so he hasn't wrestled since then, but he hasn't really officially retired again, even though he technically retired like twice already in his career. But yeah, if you've never seen Tiger Mask matches, I mean, what better place to start than his matches with Dynamite Kid? New Japan World has a bunch of them. They don't have all of them. I think they have about 5 of the 7 matches or so. But you can get them on YouTube. Pretty much watch that. Just watch Tiger Mask and Dynamite Kid and any other Tiger. New Japan World has a bunch of old Tiger Mask clips with him against Gran Hamada and the original Black Tiger, who I'll get into soon. Black Tiger has a match with him and Kuniaki Kobayashi. So yeah, there's Tiger Mask finishing off with the Tiger Suplex against the Master of the Dragon Suplex. I hope you like this. It was very fun, very time consuming to get this episode together because I had to go through Roy Rhodes' session mode so much. But there you go. I hope this helps you in getting Tiger Mask and adding him to Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 if you haven't already. And I hope I've inspired you to go out and watch some Tiger Mask matches. Definitely very interesting to watch, one of the early pioneers of modern wrestling. So there you go, winning the WWF Junior Heavyweight Championship. As always, I am Be Better Gamer. Thank you for watching Be Better Gamer Wrestling. Until next time, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, keep watching all the wrestling. Thank you.